If you have arrived on this page, it means that you're now ready to take out your AVBOB cashback funeral policy. Please make sure that you've used the correct link to arrive here. You could have done that in one of three ways. The first is that you completed a form on the AVBOB Dream Team website and it automatically brought you here. The second option is that you received a link from any one of the official AVBOB Dream Team support centers. This could be either through an email, an SMS, or a WhatsApp. The third option is that you have logged into the AVBOB Dream Team website, clicked a button, and it's brought you here. If you received a link from an AVBOB Dream Team connector and that brought you directly to this form, it's more than likely the incorrect link, so please go back to support to make sure that you're using the correct one. Now that we're ready to begin, you have two options as your first form over here. Either you're choosing that the main insured person is the premium payer, so whoever you are insuring is also going to pay for the premium, or you can choose other, which is that the insured person is not going to pay their premium, but rather someone else will pay that premium. Now, it's important to note that we have some green tooltips over here, meaning that if you don't understand anything, it'll be here in an explanation for you. So the first thing you're going to do is put in the main insured ID number. Please make sure that you put the correct ID number in here as it is validated at the time. Now you're going to click on this orange block over here and move it across to the cover amount that you'd like. I'm going to set this at 20,000. Then you can decide if you'd like to add survivor benefits and at what amount. You can see here if you scroll down that you can see what your monthly premium is going to be at those selections. You can also then change it if you would like. You can see this has now increased my premium. Once you're ready to continue, you hit the continue button. And now this is where you can add additional insured people. So if you add your spouse, for example, again, you would need to have the correct ID number over here. And you can choose an additional cover amount for them and a survivor benefit as well. As you hit OK, you can see that your spouse has now been added, and you can click the pencil button over here if you need to edit any details. You can also add children, parents, and other extended family members. The form will guide you on how many people you can add and how much cover you can add for each of them as well. Once you've added your other insured, you can scroll all the way down here to click the continue button. Next up, we need to add some details about the main insured over here. You can see that some of them have already been added, but we would need to complete the rest. You can add a physical address starting at the top here. Add your net income, so this is after tax, your race, and click the next button. Now we're going to add some contact details over here. I'm going to add the same as my mobile, an email address, and choose my preferred communication method. Once you're done, hit the next button. Now here is an option for if you have another funeral policy with someone else. If you do, you need to hit the next button and have some options over here. You will also need to have your original policy schedule ready, as you'll need to upload it at a later stage. I'm going to say that no, I don't. Scroll down and hit next. Now here we are adding our spouse details. If you have added any other insured persons, like children and extended families and parents and so on, you'll need to fill those out on this form as well, but the form will guide you on that. Click Next. Here we now need to add our bank details. This is the bank that you're going to be debited, so you need to make sure that you use the correct bank details over here. Next, you can choose your deduction date. This is the day of the month that you will be deducted your policy amounts. Now remember that you will not be deducted within 10 days of signing this policy. So at the moment, it's the 29th of September. If I choose the 1st of the month, it's not going to deduct me on the 1st of October because that's within 10 days. It'll only deduct for the first time on the 1st of November. So I'm going to change my dates to the 15th. Because in that date, it's going to be in the next month, and also I get paid on the 15th. Your inception date is when your policy will actually come into effect. So when will you be covered as an insured person? I'm going to choose the 1st of November over here. I've agreed to the terms, and I click Next. Now we need to add some beneficiary details. So I'm going to add some details over here of someone that I would like to be the beneficiary. Now I need to click the Add Beneficiary button before I go on. You can see that my beneficiary has been added over here, and the form also then allows me to add more beneficiaries if you'd like. I'm just going to add the one and click the Next button. Now we get to the part of the application where you may need to upload some documents. It's really important to note that you only need to upload these documents if you yourself or if you are related to a domestic prominent influential person. If you're not, you can move on to the next steps without uploading any documents. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how that would work. So if you have them ready, you can click the Browse button. This, if you're on your laptop, will open your file manager. On your phone, it'll do the same thing, but your phone also allows you to take pictures of your documents, which is nice. So I'm going to choose the ID of the insured. I'm going to choose their bank accounts and also their payslip. At the top of this form, you will see the FICA disclosure, and this is where you state whether you are a domestic prominent influential person or related to one. If you are, select Yes and then give more information as the form requests. If you're not, select No. Remember, you only need to upload documents if you are a domestic prominent influential person. If you're not, you can skip over this. Next, you need to give your consent so that you can hand over your personal information to AVBOB. Click I agree, and now you need to validate your information. If there are any issues with your profile so far, it will give you the information of what's missing, and then you'll be able to use these buttons over here to move to the relevant part of that application and make the changes. But if you're ready to go, and if there are no error messages, you can hit this Generate button over here. That is now going to SMS an OTP, a one-time password, to your mobile number that you added into your profile. So now that I've received my OTP in my cell, I'm going to add it in here and click the Validate OTP. Okay, now that it's been validated successfully, I'm going to submit my application. And here you can see that my application has been successful. It's also issued me with the policy number. I'm now going to receive an SMS and an email with my policy information so that I've got that on record. If the policy has been declined for any reason, and there could be a number of reasons, maybe we've missed out some information, or maybe the cover is just not within our income bracket, what's going to happen next is that you'll see a decline message here, but your number will be pushed through to the AVBOB call center. So you can still receive a call, and they will then talk you through the policy, and they can help you take out a policy that will work for your profile.